right, front bumper is on. We'll get started here in about 20 seconds officially.
All right.
Thank you so much for doing this, Greyson Taylor, the one and only.
Yeah, thank you for having me,
Hell
Reed.
yeah.
Thanks for being here, everybody.
We got a nice little turnout, yeah.
Thank you, guys. Seriously, thanks for being here.
All right, give you the official countdown. And in 3, 2, 1, we are live on the one and only Greyson Taylor. Thank you guys so much for being here for another episode of Local Sets ATX. But it's about you, Greyson Taylor. It's about you.
Greyson Turner.
Greyson Turner.
Yeah, there we
Because
go.
why else
There we
would...
go.
Yeah, there it is. We're going to start that intro one more time. Holy smokes. It's that kind of day. We had to replace the board. It's just my brain's pudding, and this is what you get. I'm so sorry.
It's been a day. It's all right. It's
Greyson, not Taylor. Greyson.
The guitar's
Turner.
a Taylor.
Thank you. That's where my head was. Thank you for covering for me. Mr. Not Taylor, Mr. Turner. How long you been playing music, buddy?
I've been singing since I was probably 5 or 6 years old. Started out singing along in the car with my parents, and then very quickly graduated to singing karaoke and talent shows, and I was doing like an Elvis tribute artist thing when I was like 7. Believe it or not, I loved Elvis. So I would actually go, I'm from South Carolina, I would go and do like festivals and stuff as young Elvis.
Mr. Presley.
Yes, that's right. And then I picked up the guitar at probably 9 or 10 years old. I wrote my first song when I was 11.
11?
Yeah.
And you're playing that song for us this evening?
I will not be playing
All
that
right.
song this evening. It's not a bad song for being 11 years old, but I really don't remember it that well.
Do you ever go back and play like some of your old stuff and try to retool it for current times?
A couple of my songs are 10 years old at this point. Like, I'll probably play a few of those tonight that are a little bit older.
Hell yeah, man. How many songs did you bring for us this evening?
Man, as many as you would like to hear.
1,000 songs. All right. Hey, there we go. We got some takers for the 1,000.
There we go.
Why don't we start with 8? We'll do 8 first.
8.
And then, let's
that
aim
sounds
for
good.
8, and then we'll see where the night takes us.
All right.
What is the title of the first song that you have?
This first song is called Half a Man.
Half a Man.
Yes.
All right. Ooh, we got some cheers in the audience for that. All right. We got some, whole table. There we go. All right, Half a Man. Is there anything we should know about Half a Man before you get kicked off?
Yeah, this song came out in November to streaming platforms all over the place. You can find it anywhere. This was like my first release as a solo artist since 2018. I recorded a couple things back when I was in high school, really, early college, kind of took a hiatus, moved out to Austin in 2020, started to get my foot in the door with the music scene here, and then beginning of last year, I started to refocus on writing music for myself and releasing music for myself. So started a project with Studio 601 in South Austin. This was the first song that we did and the first song that I put out of this, what I am deeming the new era of Greyson Turner.
Hey, there you go. All right, I love it, man. Over to you for Half a Man whenever you're ready.
All right. Take what you said, turn it over in my head. Well, I don't quite like what I find. Am I more to you than the sum of all my parts? Maybe in your heart, but am I in your mind? Guess what I really mean is, do you ever think of me? Or are you somewhere else when you lay right here by my side? And the worst part is, it wouldn't matter what you said, it matters what you do, and if you do the things I like. Am I half a man? I don't think I understand the words I say, the things I do. Never thought I'd lose it all so soon. Ooh. Around you, placed you in this box. I found you, such a nice fit for my little life.
But as your sense of self grew stronger, I felt that I was no longer brave enough to keep you in my binds. Am I half a man? I don't think you understand the words I say, the things I do. Never thought I'd lose it all so soon. Am I half a man? I can't even take a stand. Is it so hard to tell the truth? In every life I lose it all for you. Ooh. I woke up again this morning. It's not like I had a choice. Step outside to clear my head. It was raining and I let it wash you off my skin. Am I half a man? I can't even take a stand. Is it so hard to tell the truth? In every life I lose it all for you. Am I half a man? I don't think you understand the words I say, the things I do. Never thought I'd lose it all so soon. Though it's all for you, it's all my fault. I know it to be true. I'm not worth a damn. I never was. I never stood a chance.
Thank you.
So your voice is great.
Oh,
Holy
thank you,
shit.
Reed.
Where did that come from? How did that happen?
I don't know, man. I always loved singing since I was a kid, and I think my parents put me on to a lot of like I said, Elvis and the Rolling Stones and Bob Seger and like all these people that kind of sang with like this kind of rough around the edges style, and I think
Seeger, yeah, for sure.
I think I just like kind of picked up on that.
Dude,
you know?
that's wild, man. What's your, can I ask you what your favorite Elvis song is?
Oh, that's a tough choice.
Please say Hound Dog.
I mean, probably Suspicious Minds. It's probably a can't answer.
Okay.
Everybody loves that one, but it's such a great song. But I like a lot of early Elvis stuff too. Yeah, you know.
Hell yeah, man. So where are you from in the world? Did you say this earlier?
No, I'm from South Carolina.
That's right.
Originally.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You did say that earlier. What brought you to the Austin, Texas? How did this happen?
So I finished college in 2020. Moved here to get my master's degree from UT in accounting, actually.
In accounting?
Yes.
Dude, your accounting apartment must be rocking. Like, it is the coolest accounting apartment in the world.
Well, it comes in handy when I'm trying to keep track of tax stuff and whatnot for my music business, and then I have a day job as well in finance, so
Dude,
it all comes
wild.
together.
Do the people you work with in finance, they know that you're in music?
Yeah, they do a little bit. I work remote, so we're all on Zoom most of the time, so they're not coming out to shows because they're all over the place. But,
all right, fair enough.
They're aware because I'm taking off a lot of time for it sometimes.
Where's the coolest place you've played music recently? Outside of right here at Oak Hill Social.
That's right. I've done some gigs at Stubbs recently, Stubbs Amphitheater.
Oh, that's a great spot.
Yeah,
I was
I've
just there
done
last
a
night.
couple corporate events there with a band that I play with.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah.
Is your band under the same name, or is it a different?
So my band is just under Greyson Turner, but I play with a couple different bands around town that do like parties and weddings and stuff as well.
Hell yeah, man.
So yeah, we did the Stubbs Amphitheater. That was a really, really cool stage to play.
Yeah, man. Was it was it just your interest in music as a kid? I know you said you played when you were younger, but like, what was the thing that like thrust you into it? Why music? Why not just continue on accounting and just doing the finance thing? Why keep doing this?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of just something that I picked up at such a young age that I really don't know what it was exactly that attracted me to music. It was just like ingrained in me, just a natural inclination. I always wanted to sing along to anything I heard on the radio or that my parents showed me. And it was just always a part of my life. You know, like I said, I was singing in festivals and stuff when I was 7 years old.
That's such a young age to do that. That's remarkable. Were you like freaked out and scared at the age of 7 doing that, or was it just like, this is my world?
I was actually a little bit shy. It took a little bit to get me out of my shell, and my parents, they were encouraging. They never forced me to do anything, but they were like, you like singing, do you want to sing? Do you want to learn? Do you want to take lessons? Do you want to do talent shows? All that stuff. And so, yeah, they just kind of encouraged me and let me kind of run with it.
Hell yeah, man. All right, song number 2. What is the second song you brought for us this evening out of 1,000?
This is called Out of Luck.
Out of Luck.
Yeah.
Another cheer for Out of Luck. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, this one, this is one of my favorites. This song just came out at the end of February. Also part of this project I'm working on. And I would encourage you, if you're watching this, to go listen to the studio version of this, because it's my favorite track that I've made so far down at Studio 601. And it's similar to the acoustic version, but it's also a little bit different. So yeah, go check it out. But this is Out of Luck.
Finally made it back home. You felt you were known, at least for a little while. But that hole in your heart was never a part of the plan that you had on file. Yeah, kid, you have fun, but these things that you've done won't be easy to reconcile. Your head weighs a ton, and you're staring down a gun, still knowing you have to smile. And every single story you tell, you're the hero or the victim, never the villain. You're on the run from your true self, can't say how you really felt, 'cause this whole world you built on a lie. Now it's time to face your reckoning. Everyone's beckoning for you to own up. Look at the signs and stare at the wreck you made. Fall in the bed you laid, you've run out of luck. You're a man on a mission. You got a vision, you're gonna take this world by storm. But there's something you're missing, 'cause no one is listening. You know better than you were when you were born. Don't kid yourself, son, these things that you've done, yeah, you may think they're powerful, but you're a million and one, wondering what you've become. Could it be something terrible? And every single story you tell, you're the hero or the victim, never the villain. You're on the run from your true self, can't say how you really felt, 'cause this whole world you built on a lie. Now it's time to face your reckoning. Everyone's beckoning for you to own up. Look at the signs and stare at the wreck you made. Fall in the bed you laid, you've run out of love. With every single story you've told, You've dug yourself a hole, now it's filling around you. Under the weight of yourself, you feel like it's the end, but the hurt only begins when you try to crawl out. Now it's time to face up to the truth, cut everyone loose. Don't tell them that you're stuck, ignore the signs, but stare at the wreck you made. Fall in the bed you laid, you run out of luck. You run out of luck.
Holy smokes, your voice, buddy. Your voice is so, dude, it's so good, man. Holy shit. Everyone's begging for you to own up. Who is that? Who's begging for who to own up? And what did they do? Tell us. Give us the dirt.
Yeah, man, this is I don't like to delve too much into the reason behind this song. It's pretty
You're on the wrong
pretty
show, dude.
personal to me. Yeah, I know.
Okay. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
But I will say, no, it's just a song about kind of messing things up because maybe you get a little too big for your britches, as the saying goes, and you know, you can ride that high of. There's a certain high maybe that comes with anything you do that you're good at, right? And so, like, I always say playing music can make you feel like you're the man, or it can also make you feel like you're nothing, depending on how the gig goes or how you don't get that opportunity that you wanted. And it's just a song really about messing things up and lying to yourself about the whole situation.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's pretty deep. Was this you lying to yourself, or was this a third party thing?
No, this is me lying to myself.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
all right. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
We try to get uncomfortable sometimes. The show, not too comfortable, but just a little
trust
bit.
me, I welcome it. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Speaking of uncomfortable, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Probably like cookies and cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any takers? Cookies and cream? Anybody? No. Okay. No takers.
I'm more of like a cheesecake guy, really.
A cheesecake?
Yeah.
Is this in reference to ice cream, or are we like
No,
dessert?
just like
Okay.
a dessert
Okay.
reference. Yeah.
I mean,
Tiramisu.
there's cheesecake ice cream. I'm just trying to.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I've had it. Yeah.
Cheesecake ice cream on cheesecake is overdoing it. Yeah, your voice is really good, man. When did you know that you had that voice? Like, was there a song you were singing? Were you in the shower? Were you in the car?
The first song that I ever like kind of really learned to sing was "Old Time Rock and Roll" by Bob Seger.
Oh, dude, that's a great song.
And you know, as a kid, like maybe I'm not hitting all the notes exactly right, but I think I brought the right energy to it, the right gruffness, maybe perhaps.
Hell yeah.
And then once I started like kind of taking some singing lessons and stuff, and really learning, you know, how to technically do the singing craft correctly, you know, I think I had an idea that like it was something I could do.
Who is your singing lessons with?
A wonderful lady in my hometown. Her name was Lindsay Bennett.
Shout out to Lindsay Bennett.
Shout out to Lindsay Bennett. Now Lindsay Flukager. She's since gotten married.
Lindsay Flukager.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, just a local voice teacher in my hometown of Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Hell yeah, man. Well, if it wasn't for her, you maybe would not have discovered this voice. So.
No, probably not. Yeah.
That's wild, man. That's wild. And then you also mentioned earlier that you like to sing along with songs. Do you have a favorite song to sing along? Please tell me it's Baby Shark.
Well, I'm not around kids that often where I'm singing Baby Shark yet.
Thankfully.
But I know you got one on the way, so that's in your future. You know, so when I play with my band, if we're doing the longer set, we'll do a lot of covers, and those cover songs are, you know, I pick the set list out, and it's all songs that I love, a lot of songs that people say this a lot, but songs that I wish I had written that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
And so I love singing like Tyler Childers.
Yeah, he's great.
Sturgill Simpson.
Really
I love
great.
singing The Band. yeah, a lot of like new country, red dirt country, a lot of classics.
Hell yeah, man! Is that is that the same music that's on your playlist when you're not playing music, or are you listening to other stuff?
It definitely is. I also listen to a lot of Grateful Dead, which, yeah.
Hey, we got some Deadheads in the room.
Yeah, that's right. And we'll sometimes pull those out in our sets, but that's sort of like my like favorite thing right now is listening to the Dead.
Yeah, they're great. One song could cover an entire 3 hours, so there's that.
Right.
Yeah, so you just play
Right.
one of their songs and you're good for the evening.
Yeah.
Song number 3. What is song number 3 that you have for us?
Song number 3 is called Tonight.
Tonight. Okay. More cheers from the audience. All right. Tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, these first 3 have all been ones that are out right now on all major streaming platforms. I'll play it tonight, and I'll talk a little bit about it afterwards.
Hell yeah, man. All right, over to you for Tonight, whenever you're ready.
I can't be alone tonight. I don't wanna let you down tonight. The fear's in the front of my mind. I can't leave it behind, or I'll die tonight. The timing is just not right. You're not ready for me tonight. Oh, I can feel it inside. You don't want to be mine, so I'll die tonight. Remember when you picked me up? You showed me that I was enough. But now you know where to be found, and I'm falling toward the ground. I can't do it all tonight, so I'll drown out my thoughts tonight. Why can't I be satisfied in my head? All the signs say I'll die tonight. Remember when you took me in? You showed me that I had a friend. And now you know where to be found, and I'm falling toward the ground. The bottle falls to the ground. It don't spill 'cause I drank it down. The thoughts in my head are all gone, and I'm here all alone. Did I die tonight? I can't be alone tonight. I don't wanna let you down tonight. Oh, I can feel it inside. You don't want to be mine, so I'll die tonight.
Buddy, your voice. La voce. You've got such passion when you sing, too. It's like you really, you kind of seem like you're like lost, and I mean that in a very positive way. Like it's beautiful. Like you just kind of are in a different realm when you're singing, man.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of musicians would probably relate to that, but yeah, I definitely. It's not like it's almost like you disassociate a little bit and you go into like the world of the song, you know.
Yeah.
And like that song has a really kind of intense, meaningful world to me. I wrote that song shortly after I moved to Austin in 2020. And when I moved here, I didn't know anybody. And I was living alone for like pretty much the first time ever in my life. And so I spent a lot of time. I wasn't sure what direction I was really taking with my life. I knew at that point when I moved to Austin that I wanted to be playing music. And I was just getting into Austin, so I wasn't playing music at all, aside from at home by myself. And I had this feeling like I was just missing out, and that was like what I needed to be doing was playing music. And at the same time, I'm in grad school for accounting, right, during this time. So, and I didn't feel like that was what I really, really wanted to be doing with my life. But I felt like I ended up there because I was trying to be responsible and smart, and I ended up on this path that I didn't know if it was really what I wanted to be doing. Anyway, so that kind of resulted in like a negative mental headspace for me, and especially kind of not knowing anybody the first little bit that I lived here. So I spent a lot of time just by myself in my apartment in West Campus, and I would just drink at night by myself.
Super healthy.
Yeah, very healthy to do that. Highly recommended by doctors everywhere. And so that song was kind of born out of like that headspace of feeling like I didn't want to be alone anymore. I didn't know what I was doing with my life. And, you know, frankly, to get a little bit dark, like I felt like I could die or I wouldn't matter if I died, you know.
Jesus, man. Okay.
Sorry, that's very dark.
No.
And I will say I'm in a much better headspace nowadays. I've made leaps and bounds since that time, and so that song is sort of like this reminder to me that it always can get better, and you can get better. And so that song's just really, really special to me because of that.
Hell yeah, dude. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
It takes a lot of courage to share stuff that comes from a dark place. It's really easy to just always talk about the good things. But there is something, it's the reason I do this show. It's like there's something about doing this and making the connection that fills the jets a little bit. I don't think human beings are just supposed to clock in and clock out. It seems very anti the human experience.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be doing stuff like this, like sharing community and being with each other, not just like in some empty rat race trying to, I don't know, buy a fucking boat or whatever. It's like, it seems like some of the most unhappy people I know have the most material possession. So something's off a little bit.
Right.
And which is why I'm so glad that people do talk about stuff like you just talked about, because you can find something constructive in something that might otherwise become destructive. So I think it's beautiful to celebrate that. Man. What a great song. What a great song.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, man. Again, your voice. Dude, your voice. It's really, really crazy, man.
I appreciate that.
What was the first concert that you went to as an adult?
As an adult?
That you bought with your own money. Your parents didn't drag you to something. You were like, I got to see this band.
Oh, man. I think it was... Well, I did go to a 21 Pilots concert in college, which all respect to 21 Pilots, not really my bag. But I was dragged to that by a girl I was dating. And I think probably the first like big concert that I, paid for, it might have been going to see Dead and Company in Boulder. In 2023. Yeah.
That's a great place to see him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the best place.
So, all right. So you've been playing music for a while. You have some songs on Spotify.
Yeah.
Do you have an EP or is there an album coming out? Like, where can people find you? Like, plug your stuff, please.
So you can find my music anywhere you listen to music: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all the other ones that no one has. My name is Greyson Turner. That's GreysonTurner. It's just under my name. And so the way I've been kind of structuring this run of releases is I started out in November with Half a Man, and every month since November I've been putting out one song per month.
Okay.
And my idea is that I'm at like 6 or 7 now, and so that is going to build up to be an album once hopefully 8 or 9 are released.
Okay,
it's
awesome.
kind of a work in progress, but once it culminates, it will be my first official album. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. I love it. Do you have a title for the album you can share with us?
I do not actually.
well.
It's still in the works. It might just be a self-titled, Greyson Turner.
Okay.
I think that's probably a smart move when it's your first one.
Very true.
But yeah, no, it's in the works. If you got suggestions, let me know.
I was going to say, we have a whole audience of people here that we can poll for suggestions of maybe your first album title. If you want to do that.
Right.
Or it could just be Greyson Turner or whatever. It's fine.
We'll see. If I get a very good suggestion, I might have to take it.
Audience? Anyone? Good suggestions for an album title? Someone shouted Natalie. I feel like that's very confusing for the...
Wow. Yeah, Natalie's my girlfriend. My
Oh,
lovely
okay.
girlfriend.
There we go.
Yeah.
Where is Natalie? Natalie, put your work. There she is. Just all right.
Number 1 fan, that's right.
Hell yeah, man. That's great. How did you two meet? Tell us about that.
We met on Bumble, actually.
No way.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to Bumble from the audience. All right. Where was tell us the thing. Where did you go to dinner? How did you meet?
Our first date was at Baby A's, the Tex-Mex restaurant.
Yeah, okay.
We had purple margs. Her friend showed up to spy on us wearing fake mustaches.
Are you serious?
Yes,
Dude,
very
that
serious.
is hilarious. What a great group of friends. Are those the friends that are here right now?
No, it's actually a different group of friends, her college friends, and that was a good time. That was when I knew she was fun.
Hell yeah, man. Did you guys have a meet cute where you spilled a drink on her or anything? Nothing like that? Nothing
No, I was very, very professional, very gentlemanly.
Did you Did you pull the chair out from the table? Did you think?
Of course I did.
Okay,
yes,
there we go. All right.
Open the car door, all those things.
Oh, all right. Car door and everything that we approve. What's that?
He opens her car door to this day.
Opens the car door to this day.
That is true.
That's
That is
how a
true.
gentleman does it.
I was raised in South Carolina. We're Southern gentlemen.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. You should remind my wife that it's not weird when I open your door. Every time she's like, "You don't have to open my door," and I'm like, "You don't understand. I have to open your door. This is like in my DNA.
I feel compelled to.
I have to do this. It's not up to me." Question for you: would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses. I think I'm going with the 100 duck-sized horses.
That is
I
correct.
feel like you could punt them as they're coming upon you. That is going to be a little bit. Oh, they don't like that answer.
I mean, look, we don't want to hurt the animals, but if you're under attack for no reason and you have to defend yourself, this is. You'd be surprised how many people said a horse-sized duck. I feel like that's horribly dangerous.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd swallow you in one gulp. Really.
Yeah, that's like something.
I think you could easily kind of kick out the
couple
small
boots.
ones.
Yeah, or at least try to run away.
With these Tecovas boots, non-sponsored, but
Tacova, not
I'll
a
take some-
sponsor, but
yeah.
He is looking, and so are we. So there you go.
Tecovas, if you're watching. I'm also wearing a Broncos shirt, so if Ford does want to send me
a
Bronco, I will take that as well.
There you go. Hey, shout out to Ford. Which brings us to the 4th song of the evening.
That's right.
Ford,
yes.
No,
Ford
is that-
Bronco.
is that-
yeah.
What is the 4th song that you have for the evening?
The 4th song is going to be something a little bit more upbeat, a little happier than these first 3 were. It's called What Makes Life. I wrote this song back in 2018, actually. I think I was a freshman in college. And I wrote this song at a songwriting workshop with one Mr. Edwin McCain, who you might know from the song I'll Be was his big hit. And he's from South Carolina, so got to do a workshop with him, and I wrote this song about kind of just understanding what's important in life and holding on to that dearly.
I love it.
So
All right,
this is called What Makes Life.
over to you.
Ain't it funny how we move on through our lives without much changing? Get up, go to work, come home, never catch your breath, never stop to do some rearranging. Slow down, sit tight, look around and just enjoy the night. Reach out, touch love. Put your world in park and soak it up. Find your father and mother. Tell them everything is alright. Find your sister and brother. Just talk to them tonight. This is what makes life. Remember being 5 years old and you lived for all those fun times. Whatever happened to simplicity? It's okay to put yourself in rewind. Back up, see the light, look around and just enjoy the night. Recognize you have woke up, put your world in park and soak it up. Find your father and mother, tell them everything's alright. Find your sister and brother, and just talk to them tonight. This is what makes life. Break down all your walls. Love the ones that come to catch you when you fall. Grab on and hold it close. These are all the things that mean the most. Find your father and mother. Tell them everything is alright. Find your sister and brother. Yeah, just talk to him tonight. Find your father and mother. Tell them everything's alright. Find your sister and brother. Yeah, just talk to him tonight. Yeah, just talk to him tonight. This is what makes life. This is what makes life. Remember what makes life.
Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you.
Dude, what a great song that is.
Yeah,
Holy
thank you.
shit. That's a beautiful song. What a fun song, too. It's like nice and upbeat. And you brought in your family, which is just something I wanted to ask you about. What was, well, I guess first start, what's the genesis of that song? And then please tell us a little bit about your family. You said you're from South Carolina, but...
Yeah, it's actually got kind of an interesting genesis that... So I was in this songwriting workshop, right, with Edwin Kane, and one of the other guys that was in the workshop, actually in the middle of it, fell over with a heart attack.
Oh, shit.
And he did survive, thank God. And so we were all just kind of, you know, a little bit in shock when that happened. And so I went home that night, and I was just kind of thinking about how fragile life is and how it can go away at any moment.
Yeah.
And so that song, and before that, you know, that whole day I had been kind of like just not really coming up with much. And then that night, that song kind of like poured out of me. One of those songs that, if you're a songwriter, you'll kind of know this feeling where it didn't feel like you really had to work for it. It just kind of comes to you from the universe.
What is that? Can you talk a little bit about your songwriting process? Because this is something that a lot of artists talk about. It just is like, this thing was given to me from the ether more than anything. Is that all your songs, or do you have to really work for something?
It's certainly not all my songs. I wish it was all my songs, because that would be great. It'd be so easy. It's really a small percentage of songs, I think, that happen that way, at least for me. And so my process is I'll either, if I sit down and I say, I'm going to start writing a song, I'll usually fool around on the acoustic first and kind of figure out some kind of chord progression that I dig. And then from there, I'll start kind of crafting lyrics based on how this chord progression is kind of what it's making me think about, just things I've been thinking about recently in my life. A lot of times I'll hear a phrase or something or an idea out in the wild, and I'll say, I like that, and I'll write it down, and I'll come back to that and kind of start with that basis for some lyrics. And then there's other times where like that idea or phrase comes to you, and a lot of times it's right when I'm about to go to sleep. I'm laying in bed,
Of course.
yeah, and I get an idea, so I have to like turn over really quick and like write it down, and try to like hold on to it in the morning. Or if it's like really, really pressing, maybe I'll get up and like start working on it right then.
That's wild, man. Yeah, there's sometimes like in the middle of the night or like in the shower is another place. I don't know if it's like the white noise from just the water, but all of a sudden like an idea will pop and it's like,
yeah,
oh,
it's
shit.
just something about like when you can finally kind of turn your brain off from all the activities of the day.
Yeah.
That's when you start really getting in more into like that subconscious becomes more powerful and it starts pushing these ideas up at you that are a little more poignant and deep, you know?
Yeah, well, clearly, because when you were talking earlier, when you spent so much time alone, you wrote some beautiful music out of that time. There is something about being by yourself and the solitude of that
Yeah.
just works in your favor, even though it's kind of sucks when it's happening.
Right.
There's some really wonderful things that come out of that. Please tell us about your family a little bit. Your parents, and do you have any siblings?
Yeah, 2 parents and
Kind of necessary, yeah.
Yeah, and 1 little brother. He's 22. You know, we're super close, best buddies.
Hell yeah, man.
And my family was incredible. They were, like I said this a little bit earlier, but they were always so encouraging of me when they kind of discovered that I had an interest for music. They were very encouraging to get me into whatever I wanted to do, be that voice lessons or talent shows, or do you want to learn how to play guitar? And so I'm like forever thankful for that, because I wouldn't be where I am right now without that support and that love. And so a common theme in a lot of my songs is family, actually, which I think kind of just showcases, how great my family was and is, and how important they are to me, and what they shaped my values and my beliefs that sort of come through in a lot of these in the songwriting.
That's beautiful, man.
No, of course, not all of it. There's a lot of songs my mom's like doesn't understand, especially if it's got some language in it. She's not a fan of that.
Yeah, I get it, especially if she's Southern Belle. They don't like the foul language.
Yeah.
When I first met you, it was actually, I was walking around looking at venues, and I came across you while you were singing, and you were singing with Sydney and Conklin. Shout out to Sydney, who's one of the most badass women I've ever met. How do you know Sydney?
We played on a song swap together last summer at the Dainty Dillo over on the east side of Austin. I met her then, and we stayed in touch, and she hit me up to play with her at ABW that night that you saw us.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, man, she's badass. She really is.
She's amazing. She's one of my favorite people.
Yeah,
we got a shout out to Sydney and the crowd here. Okay, another really important question: tater tots or fries?
fries.
Okay, that's the right
definitely
answer.
fries.
Oh, who booed? Who's the animal who booed? Oh, I know the person who booed. It doesn't count. Are there any tater tot folks in here?
Yeah, baby.
Okay, all right. Those people are leaving soon. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
And mayo and ketchup.
Mayo and ketchup?
Ugh,
Disgusting.
I don't like that.
Do you ever put your fries in mayonnaise?
No, I do
Okay,
not.
all right.
Maybe an aioli perhaps,
Which is basically
mayonnaise,
it's
fancy mayonnaise,
Fancy.
but never just mayonnaise.
Well, I'm disgusting, and I do. So there you
Okay,
go.
well.
You should try it. It's amazing.
I won't. But thank you.
If you ever want to go dumpster diving with mayonnaise, it's a treat, I promise you. All right, song number 5. What is the 5th song that you have for us this evening, Mr.
Yeah, I'm
Turner?
gonna do another song that's a little older. This one, it released in 2018. I actually wrote it. I think it was 2015 when I wrote this song, maybe even 2014. So it's called "Lightning in the Sky." I wrote this song after I went on American Idol when I was 15 years old, and had a really cool experience on American Idol. I met Harry Connick Jr. and Keith Urban and Jennifer Lopez. I got a golden ticket. I went to Hollywood. made it through a couple rounds in Hollywood, and then I got booted off the show. And
shit.
Yeah. I was 15, and I wrote this song on the plane ride back from LA to South Carolina. And as I was looking out the plane window and I was just kind of thinking about everything that just happened, I saw lightning off in the distance in the sky. So I wrote a song called Lightning in the Sky.
All right.
Kind of about my whole experience with that show.
All right, over to you for Lightning in the Sky whenever you're ready.
I see lightning in the sky. I hear thunder in my ears. I see raindrops falling hard. Hold me closely, my dear. Well, I've been across the country. I flew from coast to coast. I learned a lot of lessons. I conquered a few ghosts. I came up to my limits, and I pushed right on through. I keep myself in it, no matter what you do. Well, you can try to break me, but I won't back down. I can't tell no lie, 'cause there's a storm that's raging inside my soul. I see lightning in the sky. Lord, I am so tired. I've been up the past few nights, working out these flaws. I won't ever stop this fight. Well, just to know I am here to stay. The spirit's never gonna die. 'Cause yeah, the storm's still raging inside my soul. And I see lightning in the sky. You look out for me. I'm on the rise. I'll push higher and higher. I won't ever be satisfied. I see lightning in the sky. I hear thunder in my ears. I see raindrops falling hard. I've forgotten how to feel. I see lightning in the sky. Yeah, there's lightning in the sky. I see lightning in the sky.
Again, your voice, it's so good, man. I can see why the American Idol thing happened. That must have been a wild time. And also, tell us more about Lightning in the Sky, or was it literally just like you saw that lightning and the thing poured out of you? That's it?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the lightning off in the sky. Like I said, I was just on this plane ride home, just kind of digesting this whole American Idol experience that I had. And sort of with the juvenile confidence of a 15-year-old, I was like, well, fuck them. I'm not done yet. Like I'm coming back from this basically. And so that's why like, I think the songwriting itself, like you can tell that it was written by someone younger than I am now. At least I think so. Just kind of lyrically, but it's got this like the fighting spirit of someone who has confidence and hasn't really experienced the world enough yet to like even be knocked down at all by things that have happened.
I love that, man. I think that's a dope song.
Yeah, thank you.
The beginning of that is incredible. It's very powerful, the way you open that. That was really good.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Really well done. Really, really well done, man.
And that one you can listen to it. It's out everywhere. Come see me play with my band, man. That's a really fun one to hear my band play.
Yeah, where to that point, where can people see you play?
Yeah, so our next show is going to be April 24th at Austin Garden Studio on East 6th Street.
Nice.
6 o'clock. Really, really dope venue, dope patio, big stage. And I'll go ahead and plug a couple other things too while I'm at it.
Please.
We got May 7th, I'm going to be playing what's called Mini Fest. It's at Vulcan Gas Company on 6th Street. And it's, as it sounds, it's a mini festival happening on May 7th. It's a Wednesday night. There's going to be a bunch of artists, local artists, national artists coming in, each playing about 30 to 45 minute sets throughout that Wednesday night. I'm doing that. And then one more, May 9th, I'm doing a acoustic set with Under the Rock, which is a local show hosted by Aaron Rockland, where he's a psychology professor at UT. He has artists come and play songs, and he kind of dives into the psychology behind the songs. So that's where you can catch me. But definitely April 24th, Austin Garden Studio. That's the one, man. Come out to that.
All right. And you got the full band with you and everything?
Full band, yeah.
Tell who's all in your band? Tell us a little bit about the band.
Yeah, my band is my drummer and my bass player, Alex Wilhelm and Will Lord, respectively, are guys that I met about a year after I moved to Austin. I started lead singing for a local funk alt-rock band called American Megafauna, and I met those guys through that band. And then we played for a few years here in Austin. We released 6 songs, and then we kind of took a hiatus. I started up this project. They joined my band. And then my lead guitar player is a guy named Colin Boyd, who's incredible musician. I just met him through a friend of mine. And then oftentimes we'll feature my good friend David Thacker on the keys and organ, who really adds a really nice dynamic to the whole thing.
You got a full stack, man. That sounds great.
Yeah, they're some of the best players in town, and I'm just lucky to play with them, man.
Hell yeah, man. I would love to see that show, but we will be with Bebe by the time that
You
happens.
will be, yeah.
I'm a little kid by that time. Unless he just like hangs out for like an extra week, and then I'll come see the show. But I think my wife would be done with it at that point.
Fingers crossed, then.
What are you doing when you're not playing music, man? Do you have any hobbies? Like, tell us a little bit else about yourself. Like, not just finance and music, right?
Yeah, I got a day job. I do that whole thing from 9 to 5, more or less. I work from home. Aside from that, we've got 3 dogs at home, so that's like, that's a lot going on at my house all the time.
Tell us about your dogs. What are their names?
Yeah, we got Bo, who is my dog, who moved out here with me to Austin when I moved here. He's a golden retriever.
Nice.
He's my best friend. We got Booker, who's my girlfriend's dog. He's a little boxer pit bull.
Nice.
And then our roommate Caroline, she's over there. Shout out Caroline.
Hey, shout out
our
Caroline.
Our roommate and best friend, I should say.
Right there you go.
Caroline's got a golden retriever as well.
Ooh, 2 Goldens. All right.
Yeah, she's actually black though. She's a black golden retriever.
A black golden retriever?
Yeah, very cool looking.
I've never seen a black golden. I didn't even know that you had that. It's incredible.
Yeah. I guess there's some black lab in there somewhere along the way, right? So yeah, we've got a full house going on with the dogs running around. So I love just taking them out on the town, taking them for walks and stuff. And then aside from that, if I'm not playing music, I enjoy a video game every now and then.
Yes.
Just to kind of
Nerd.
relax.
I love
PlayStation.
It. Hell yeah.
And then I just love going out, hanging out with buddies. Love going to shows. I do love the gym. That's true. Yeah, I love going to the gym. Thank you. I actually forgot to say that.
Look at the cue cards, man. They're just off screen.
Right. And then I love going to shows. Like we were at the Sphere in Vegas last week to see Dead & Company.
Oh, nice.
Which was like, one of the best nights of my life, as it always is when I see those guys. Yeah.
It's a hell of a place to see him too. That's an amazing venue.
Yeah.
It's
And
like
I really like
sound.
going just to my friends' shows around Austin. Whenever I got a buddy playing, if I'm not playing, love to go.
Oh,
Check them
shout out to your buddies. Who's one of your favorite buddies you like to see playing?
Jack Carson, he goes by the
Yeah,
name
Jack with no K.
Jack with no K. Yeah, he actually. That's when I met Sydney Conklin. Was when I did the song swap with her and with Jack.
Oh, that's great.
He's a good buddy. We write together a lot. We've played a couple shows together before.
Hell yeah, man. Jack is amazing.
Yeah.
We're trying to get him back on the show. TBD on that. He's got a new album coming out. We're trying to
Yes.
figure out dates. So
Yes, you should.
he will be coming back on. I absolutely love him and his band.
Yeah.
Those guys are amazing. Who's the saxophone player? Was it? I'm blanking on his name.
Kendall.
Kendall, thank you.
Yeah, Kendall. Mhm.
Guy's amazing.
Kendall's awesome.
All right, song number 6 of the evening.
Song number 6. All right, so we got 3 more. I'm gonna do one that's unreleased, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is unreleased. It's almost done, being ready to go. So it'll be coming out at some point in the next few months, I would imagine. This is one that I actually am not recording at my regular studio, Studio 601. I did this with a buddy of mine at his home studio.
Okay.
And we've been working on it for like a year now.
What's
whenever
your
we have
buddy's name?
time. My buddy's name's Dawson Carroll.
Okay.
He's a great musician, great producer, great guy. Check out Dawson Carroll. So this is a song I'm working on with him that'll be out relatively soon. That's called Reap What You've Sown.
Reap what you've sown. All right, over to you, buddy, whenever you're ready.
All right.
Knocked down on my knees, thought a couple more of these would have me feeling invincible. Pushed back to my feet, my eyes meet and suddenly I'm no longer in control. Break down cause you call me out, the shadow of your doubt has me crying and miserable. Goddamn, don't you know your words sting as they ring in my head, the feeling is visceral. Did you think that your language wouldn't have implications? But do the words cut your tongue with the sharp switch blade of your frustration? I can feel it in the air that I care for a girl who's above my station. I thought I put up quite a fight, but tonight I'll give up on retaliation. 'Cause I won't reap what you sow. You use me like a drug. You steal my love, sweep the rug out from under me. You lie when I'm fucked up, so I reach for my cup and watch everyone run from me. Blood spills in your living room. The light of the moon is the only way we can see. Goddamn, don't you know your words sting as they ring in my head and we're repeating history. When you finally lie down at night, does it hurt your conscience? Do you wrestle with the thoughts in your head cause you stained your bed with violence? Or does it shake it to your bones when your home is filled with the sound of silence? All the lovers in your web left for dead, I would know cause the words you fly once. I'm better off on my own, cause I won't reap what you sow. Did you try and take a stab at a love you made in your mind cause you thought you lost it? Are you crying in the sink with your heart on the brink of a break and you swear I caused it? You're not laughing anymore cause you know your spirit's poor. Man, I used to think that you were hot shit. All the hope left in the world isn't there for you, girl. Stop your crying, it's not you that got hit. Better off on my own, cause I won't reap what you sow. Don't come calling out to me when you finally feel the heat of the flame that you stoked for ages, cause I won't reap what you sown.
Yeah!
Thank you.
That's another dope song. Dude, your voice is so good, man. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
come on.
It's
I'm
so
blushing.
good, man. So good. It's just so good. If you could have dinner with anybody in the world, who would it be? Past, alive, dead, historical figures.
Well, okay, so alive, probably John Mayer.
Okay.
Yeah, love John. I feel like I could learn a lot from him. Dead, it's probably Elvis for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 What
So
a
you-
wild life that guy had. My
Right?
God.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, no one's ever experienced fame at that, because that was before like internet and so it's like everyone knew who he was in the world before like any media. It's just like he was the only person to have ever done that.
Yeah. Literally like the first like mega star.
Yeah, it's
You know,
crazy.
Yeah.
That must have been a real wild life to live.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about Elvis?
My parents were big Elvis fans. They put me onto his music from a young age, and he was just like, I think it was what everyone loved about Elvis. He was just captivating to an audience.
Very.
The way he danced, the way that he sang, and you know, he was a good singer. He was a great singer, especially those early 1950s songs that he put out. They weren't so, they were a little more they were rockabilly songs. They were very like off the cuff, and he was just kind of singing how he felt like singing. There was no like real technicality behind it. He was just a guy who sang what he heard and what he listened to.
Just passion.
Just passion.
Yeah.
And this really always struck me. And then, when you when you're a little older, and I was a little older, and I could think about like the context of what he was doing at the time and how the backlash he was getting, from a lot of different groups, and sort of just changing the landscape of like American pop music. That sort of thing is like just incredibly cool to me to imagine doing that, and just imagine what it must have been like to have been a part of that whole moment in the culture.
Oh, dude, so what? I mean, like, he was getting, like, threats to be arrested because he was, like, shaking a knee. And they're just
Right.
like, hey, are you going to shake a knee on stage? Like, I've never been so... And you turn on music today, and it's like, wait, what was happening?
Right.
You're like,
Yeah.
he was getting in trouble for what now? Like,
Yeah,
what?
exactly. Yeah,
That
it's
seems-
crazy to imagine.
Seems odd. What's one thing that we should know about you that we don't currently know about you?
I don't know how to whistle, which is
Really?
like kind of a skill that I like wish that I was able to do. I feel like I could be an addition to songs.
What, you're
I
not
just
messing
don't-
around. You can't whistle?
I don't know how. Like I legitimately don't know. I can't do it. I'm not gonna try because it's gonna be incredibly embarrassing. So I kind of regret that I even said that.
No. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. I love the fact that you said it. No one's ever said that before. And
Yeah.
and usually they go into like a well of like other hobbies. Or
no.
they say something ridiculous.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to my head.
Wow, that's wild. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't know if anyone can like show me.
Are there any whistle teachers in here? Anyone? Any takers for the whistle? No? Okay.
right.
We'll move on from that. When did you get your first guitar?
My first guitar I got probably 8 or 9 years old. That was
Do you
around
remember it? Was it a gift?
It was my parents got it for me so I could go take lessons. I was taking like classical guitar lessons. And I had no idea what type it was or anything. It was just a little beginner classical guitar. So that was the first one I got. But then I got this guitar when I was like probably 14. And I've had it since then. And this is like I do everything with this guitar.
I love that.
It's been all over the place with me.
Where'd you get that one?
It was a gift.
Okay.
It was a Christmas gift one year. It was like,
That's wonderful, man. Like the butterfly effect of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was just like what I really wanted was a Taylor acoustic guitar.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah.
What? And then how old are you now? Can I ask how old you are?
Yeah, I'm 26.
Okay, so you've had it for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, like about 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's wild, man. Yeah, it's always fun to hear like when people get guitars. Sometimes they're given to them, or they saw it in a window, and they're like, "I have to have this thing," and
Yeah.
then they start playing it, and they just fall in love with the guitar as a result, and they become musicians.
Yeah.
Just like the story of how some people get to a place like where you are
Right.
is just, I find it very interesting.
Yeah, there's plenty of guitars that I see in windows that I wish I could buy. But luckily, this one is treating me very well.
Hell yeah,
so.
man. Do you play any other instruments, or are you just a guitar guy?
I'm really just a guitar guy. I mean, I can tell you what the notes are on a piano, but I'm no good at it.
Okay, fair.
And yeah, I'm a guitar guy, before I'm a guitar guy, I'm a singer. You know, singing is kind of what I consider my voice is my main instrument, I would say.
I would say it's a really good instrument from what you've done so far tonight. It's a pretty great instrument. Do you play acoustic only, or do you do electric? Or
I do electric as well. Like when I played with my original band that I played with in Austin, American Megafauna, we were doing more, like I said, like alt and funk rock sort of stuff. So I was doing like rhythm guitar with my Stratocaster.
Hell yeah.
So I love to, I don't play it much out anymore, but I do love picking it up. Yeah,
Hell yeah. I love it, dude. I got to come see your full band. I really want to catch this
absolutely.
at some point. All right, song number 7 for the evening.
Song number 7.
What is song number 7 that you have for us?
Song number 7, it's called Hanging Round. And this one came out in January. It's a little more lighthearted as well, but with a message behind it that I'll kind of discuss after the song. But this is another one of those songs, how I said earlier that family is like a common theme in my writing, and so you'll hear that in this one.
Hell yeah, man. All right, over to you for Hanging Around whenever you're ready.
Well, I'm stubborn like my mom, and I'm angry like my dad, and my kid brother ain't a kid no more. And I'm 1,000 miles away, trying to take it day by day, wondering what I'm doing all this for. A few years ago I took off running, chasing something down, longing for some freedom and a drive. Still don't know just what I'm chasing, and I'm not fast enough for racing. Guess I should just enjoy this ride. Yeah, I'm trying to make some sense of a world that don't make none, and a head that seems to want to tear me down. But if I'm my own worst enemy, I guess that means I still believe it's worth the fight to keep me hanging around. I've known love a time or two, and I've lost it all the same. And I've let people tell me I'm no good. I made my fair share of mistakes, but I'm building up the strength it takes to give my heart as freely as I should. Yeah, I'm trying to make some sense of a world that don't make none, and a head that seems to want to tear me down. But if I'm my own worst enemy, I guess that means I still believe it's worth the fight to keep me hanging around. If this all comes crashing down on me, will I get up off the ground? And I lift the rubble from my chest, put the pieces back together. Is it worth the fight to keep me hanging around? Now if I live life on the run, will I ever find a home? Or just keep pushing dust back on the trail? If I can overcome my fear and not play it safe for all my years, will I finally let the best of me prevail? Yeah, I'm trying to make some sense of a world that don't make none, and a head that seems to want to tear me down. But if I'm my own worst enemy, I guess that means I still believe it's worth the fight to keep me hanging around. No matter how long I've been lost, I know I can be found. Yeah, it's worth the fight to keep me hanging around. Yeah, it's worth the fight to keep me hanging around.
Yeah!
Thank you.
Dude, that's a great song, man. That's a really, really great song.
Thank you. Yeah, a lot of people really like that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Talk to
fight
Me.
in that song and passion. I really dig it, man. That's a beautiful song. What was the genesis behind that? How did that whole thing come about?
Yeah. So that song, it's almost like a response to a song I played earlier called Tonight, that I kind of discussed the meaning behind that one. And so this song is like, it's worth it to keep the fight going, you know? It's worth it to keep pushing on and trucking forward. And, you know, I kind of talk about my family a little bit, and I talk about growing up and moving away from home. So it's got that very personal aspect to me. And it's just kind of a sort of like a culmination of like my life experiences so far that I deem like really meaningful to me, and those kind of like core events in my life.
Yeah.
And a culmination of that, the story of that, and what that all means to me. And that what it means is it's worth the fight to keep me hanging around.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that song. There's like a great message behind it, and
Thank you.
I think it's absolutely worth keeping you around. You've got
Yeah.
you got
I
a great
agree.
voice, man. You got a great
Yeah.
voice. You've got a really good thing going.
Thank you.
Your music's good. Your voice is good. You've got a great stage presence. Are you signed with anyone? Are you with a label?
No, I'm just completely independent right
That's
now.
remarkable, man.
Yeah.
Someone's missing the boat on that. If I had a
Wow.
label behind me, I'd sign you in a heartbeat.
If
But-
anyone's watching out there,
yeah, exactly.
hit me up.
What are you hoping to get out of doing a show like this?
That's a good question. I've been following this show on Instagram for a while, and just really loved the whole setup of what you're doing. I think it's so important for artists, especially artists that are like up and coming and kind of starting out their careers, to be able to not only have the chance to play their original songs in a format where people are there to listen to original songs, but also to be able to talk about what the songs mean and just talk about their lives, you know, like that's how you really make connections with people.
Yeah.
I think that's what the appeal of the show is. Like you get to see a little bit behind the scenes of like what is making all these wonderful Austin artists, like what's driving them.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Musicians are they're so interesting to me because it's a talent that I wish I possessed and I just don't. But everybody's story is unique about how they get to some place. And I believe everybody has a right to a platform and a voice, regardless of where they come from. And I love to hear how artists become artists and how they eventually find themselves on the show.
Yeah.
If you could put it out in the world to have it come back to you, whether it's signing at a label or playing at a venue, what's like one thing that you really want to come out of your music journey this year and maybe into 26?
Yeah, I think what I would really like to do is just really establish myself as, you know, one of like the premier singer-songwriter artists in Austin, and be able to, you know, book the bigger venues in town and like sell tickets and that sort of thing, and just like find the community that like really jives with what my songs are about. There's a common theme between a lot of them, right? And so I think there's like that community is out there that will really, and some of them I've found already, you know, on Instagram and YouTube and all over the place. And so I would really like to build that community out this year and find those people who really like jive with what it is that I'm saying with my songs.
I love it, man. Yeah, your music's really good. Your voice is really good. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen with your career because it's definitely going someplace.
Yeah, thank you.
What is the 8th and final song that you have?
Yeah, so the 8th and final song today is a song that just came out today, actually.
Hey, I didn't know that was happening.
So it worked out perfectly that we did this show today. You know, it fell in line with my release schedule.
Dude, that's great.
Yes. So this song just came out. It's called Feel No Pain. And this song, out of all the songs I've played and of all the songs in my discography, like this one is so different. The studio version of it versus how it's going to sound acoustically. And I really like how it sounds both ways, because obviously it started out on the acoustic, as all my songs do. But then in the studio, we really kind of like put it into this whole new space that's super cool, and it's different from like the other songs that I've put out. So this is Feel No Pain. I would really encourage you to go check this one out wherever you listen to your music.
I wanna quit you. I can't control myself around you. let you use and use and use me up. I've got an issue. I keep on throwing myself at you. 'Cause on my own I'm not enough. I'm under the knife. I tear my skin on barbed wire bed sheets and burn from red heat. Loving you must be a sin. Forgive me, Lord, I let her in to my bed, to my mind, to my heart, ignoring the signs. Chew me up and spit me out. Cleanse my soul of any doubt I had about you in your deadly games. When I'm high on you, I feel no pain. I know I'm helpless. Your grip's on my throat like a necklace. A chain that binds and won't let loose. Your love is reckless, and I'm just the next marked on your checklist. Another lost soul you seduced. Loving you must be a sin. Forgive me, Lord, I let her in to my bed, to my mind, to my heart, ignoring the signs. Chew me up and spit me out. Cleanse my soul of any doubt I had about you in your deadly games. When I'm high on you, I feel no pain. Fall from the sky, I feel too high. I'd rather die than let you in. Become born again. Under a new sun, let my heart run wild and free until I see you at my door once more. Loving you must be a sin. Forgive me, Lord, I let her in to my bed, to my mind, to my heart, ignore the signs. Chew me out, spit me out, cleanse my soul of any doubt I had about you in your deadly games. Loving you must be a sin. Forgive me, Lord, I let her in to my bed, to my mind, to my heart, ignore the signs. Chew me out, spit me out, cleanse my soul of any doubt I had about you in your deadly games. When I'm high on you, when I'm high on you, I feel no
Thank you.
Holy shit.
Man, I'm sweating up here, man.
Dude, your voice is bananas, man. Oh my God. You're so fucking talented, dude. Thank you so much for sharing your music and
Yeah,
your
man.
passion.
Thank you.
and your-
Thank you for having me on the show.
Dude,
love
I
it.
genuinely can't wait to have more people figure you out and like hear your music and start following you. You're really something very special.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your music and your stories with us. Thank you so much. Oh, and I'll get your all your discography stuff. I'll drop it in the description on YouTube when it goes up, so that way people can easily click and find it. Any other shout outs before we're out of here for this evening?
I do have one more shout out about that song, actually. I
Oh,
forgot
yeah,
to
please,
mention it before it, but Ruthie Kraft, who is a great local artist. I don't know if you've ever met her or not.
No.
She would be great for the show.
I'd love to have her.
Ruthie Kraft, incredible pop singer, pop songwriter. And she actually sang background vocals on that song on the studio version.
Oh, okay.
And like really, really cool, like these like operatic, like almost like screeching, but like done well.
Yeah.
On the last part of that song, and so like, listen for that. If you listen to the song, you'll hear Ruthie in the background, like hitting these insanely high notes, like building the whole sound up.
Oh, dude, that sounds great. Yeah.
So I'd be remiss to play that song without shouting out Ruthie.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you. Thank you again for doing this. Thank you again for sharing your music. You've got actually one more thing. Mini Fest, May 7, May 9, Under the Rock. Any other shout outs real quick before we go?
Yeah, April 24th.
That's right, I forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
April 24th, Austin Garden Studio on the east side of town, 6 to 9 p.m., full band show. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do a lot of the songs you heard tonight. We're going to do a lot of my favorite cover songs that get people up and dancing and having fun. So come out to that. Austin
Absolutely,
Garden
man.
Studio.
Dude, we gotta push this. Thank you again for doing the show. Thank you so much for watching live or after the fact. Thank you to the wonderful audience for giving us your Friday night. Thank you to Oak Hill Social for giving us your bar and letting us host this mayhem. Be sure to check us out for another episode of Local Sets ATX. We will see you on the internet. Good night, everybody. Thank you, dude.
Thank you, guys.
Grayson, you're amazing, man. You're amazing. All right, and we're out of here in 3, 2, 1.